there, people of the internet! My name is Savanna, and welcome to my studio. For this week's video, I'm going to be redrawing/redesigning my Michigan Starter Pokémon. Most of them don't really change much, and the majority of the change is just my new coloring style. I just really wanted all of my Minichi Pokémon to look cohesive. So yeah, now let's get into the drawing. So starting off with the grass starter, I pretty much kept Fawn Flora the same and only tweaked a few things on Rokeling, like simplifying his floof, changing his tail position, shortening his legs just a little bit, and flipping him to face the other way so Fawn Flora doesn't have to stare at his butt. The only things I really changed with Oakstonetius was simplifying the moss, adding some little leaves, and changing the position of the ears and the back legs just a tad. Really minor changes because their designs were already just too perfect to me, so most of the change comes in how I shade and highlight. The colors are the same, I just went about my process a bit differently, and I think it just turned out so much better, even if it's hardly noticeable. And because you've already seen me draw these guys before, I cut out a lot because I doubt anyone wants to see me draw the same thing again. You know? I did change the color of Rokeling's mane just a bit so it was darker, like a mossy green and less of an olive color. My favorite change on Oakstonetius is how I did the highlights of his mane. It just looks so silky and soft and like you want to touch it. And now for the before and after. Even though I didn't change much, I feel like they just fit better with the rest of my region and look much more like Pokemon. I also updated the shinies, so Rokeling is now this pretty tan with lighter green floof, and Oakstonetius's moss is more golden, and his tail is more of an orange. Next is the fire starter, starting with my changing of Scarlava. I just felt like its design and how I did the scales was too complex for Pokemon, so I simplified the pattern by making it a zigzag, which I also add to Magmatter later, and I gave Scarlava a little flame on its head to show how he eventually gets his cool mohawk of fire as he evolves. Toxaslither is basically the same, I just changed the face a bit and elongate the neck. And with Magmatter, I just wanted to elongate its whole body and change some of the positioning with its tail just to make it look bigger. Now time for the line art, where everything is circles. Please enjoy the upcoming nonsense. Like, what even is this? Okay, that's better. Now for Magmatter, who gets even more stupid with the circles. I'm telling you, Pokemon are just circles. Again, the colors are the same, I just shaded a little bit differently and simplified the way I did the lava bellies. Most of this redesign is just simplifying my overly complex Pokemon. I colored Toxaslither and Magmatter with this green background because the black parts were too hard to see against the white to do my shading accurately. I also pretty much just copy and pasted the fire from the original designs because they just look really good, and I wasn't able to recreate them the way I wanted. Now for the before and after. Scarlava and Toxaslither are generally the same, but just look better, and Magmatter looks the best now that its proportions and weight ratio make sense. Once again, the shinies are also updated to have pretty blue and purple fire and lava atop their white scales. They're gorgeous, I love them. And last but not least, the water starter. So Gozlake is a perfect little boy, therefore I changed nothing about him, but Snowcugene and Shinofrost have the biggest changes, mainly Snowcugene. He just looked too much like a painted duck, and I wanted to lean into the ninja aesthetic more, so I made him more upright like Gozlake and gave him these little pants-looking feathers for his bottom, and changed his wing hands to be more like a cloak or sleeves, where he's keeping his kunai feathers hidden. I then gave Snowcugene angrier Gen 1 looking eyes so he looks even more like an angsty teen. Then for Shinofrost, I pretty much just repositioned the neck because the whole snake neck thing wasn't doing it for me anymore. It just looked too weird and was too hard to tell what was going on in the chest area. I also simplified the wings and gave him an ice crystal on his chest because I thought it looked cool, and I moved that design convention over to Snowcugene as well. Like I said, Gozlake is the same, so he's not in the redesign at all. For the colors, I wanted to lighten up Snowcugene just a little bit, and of course, simplify the feathers to fit my current style of coloring better. I was also going to give him an icy tail, but decided that didn't make sense for what I had established with the ice kunai feathers, so I changed the tail to normal and made the feathers under his coat ice instead. I really had a lot of fun with these new designs and the coloring. I wanted to give Snowcugene and Shinofrost more ice elements so they actually look like ice types, and I think the simple addition of the crystals on their necks really made all the difference, at least to me. Then I just add in a few more finishing touches and it's all done. Now time for the before and after. They all just look immensely better, except for Gosley, because he was always perfect. The shinies also got a big change, with the yellow being more vibrant since blue and yellow are Michigan colors, and I just think shiny Shinofrost is gorgeous. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and like my redesigns as much as I do. I have so many Minichi Pokemon stocked up and I just can't wait until I complete the decks. Also be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you'll be notified about all my new videos. Your support really means the world to me, so thank you so much. And as always, take care and I'll see you in the next one.